So I'm just going to start preparing our Easter sensory bin today. Here's what's going to be in there today, and our sensory bins, we like to add a little bit of learning to go with them so the students aren't just playing with them. I'm excited to show you what we're going to do. So I'm using this desk from IKEA that I showed you on my stories earlier. So in this side, this is where we're going to be putting our sensory bin. I always start by adding some sort of grass or big sensory item for the base of our sensory bin that everything's going to be hidden inside. Next, I've got these adorable bunnies that I'm going to hide in all the grass. To go with our bunnies, I've got these little carrots as well. These have got little loops on them so the children can pull them out with their fingers. They can use giant tweezers, anything to get them working on their fine motor skills. My children love these chicks that you get every Easter, so I've bought some of these to go into our sensory bin as well. Now, I know these little sheep aren't really Eastery, but when I seen them in the works, I just had to get them. Look how adorable they are. And of course, it's not an Easter sensory tray without these little plastic eggs. We use these for so many different activities in the lead up to Easter, but we keep the little tiny mini ones for our sensory trays. And here's our sensory trays so far. Now, I do have a lot more different Eastery things, but I do find that when we put too much into the sensory tray, it just overwhelms the children. They don't really know what to use first. So for today, I'm just going to limit it to these. So we've got little felt carrots, we've got baby Easter chicks, we've got white bunny rabbits, we've got little sheep, and we've got mini plastic eggs. And they're all hidden in this green grass that we got from the work stores. I do like to try and hide some underneath so that the children really have to get in there, pull those items out and really get to explore. Before I carry on, I just wanted to mention these little Easter bunny rabbits that I've got. I always get a lot of comments on these little mini toys. They're actually on Amazon and you can find them in fairy garden ornaments. They are quite small, so we don't really let the children use them unless we're there, and if we have children who like to put things in their mouths, we don't really use it with them, but they are really good. We add them to sensory trays, we put them in little sensory boxes, and we use them for 10 frame counting. They are really handy and they're really cheap on Amazon. I think sometimes they're like 20 odd pence. And you usually get about 20 to 30 in them. There's lots of different designs and they are really worth having in your classroom. So now our sensory tray is complete. I just wanted to show you some learning activities that we use with our sensory trays. So first up, I'm going to show you this number and counting game. All you need are these printable numbers, which I can put on my blog for you guys to get for free, and a cupcake tray. So we've got these little numbers and I just put them in the cupcake trays. So I usually move them around a little bit, and I don't tend to fill every cupcake hole when we're first starting, just because the children find it quite overwhelming. So once we have our numbers, so I've just got 5, 1, 4, 0 and 2. The children then have to go into the sensory tray and find the amount of objects to put there. So they can either use their fingers or we have jumbo tweezers. These are just really good for us to work on the fine motor skills with the students. So they just go in, they pick something up and they put it on top. Now, a lot of my children also like to move it and put the item underneath the number. It's totally fine whichever way they want. You can also use cupcake trays as sort of 10 frames. So we usually put the number in the middle, then the children have to pull out. They can either have all of the same item or different items and put them in the cupcake tray. Now, a lot of my children do like to try and find the same item of that many, so just be cautious. But if you have children like that, just make sure you have enough of the same objects. Then I just encourage them to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they have 5. Alternatively, you can put the amount of objects there and then hand them the different number flashcards and ask them how many, count and put the number flashcard there. It's just a great way for them to work on their counting and their number recognition skills. And I think we all know how much the children love to explore and open things. So we do hide little objects inside our eggs. This works really well if you're using Scrabble tiles, and you can get the children to work on their letter and spelling skills. A fun activity to use with sensory trays is a colour sorting. So we have these adorable colourful cups that I got on Amazon, and we use these with the plastic eggs. The children need to find the eggs and then they need to match them to the same colour pots, just so they can. And this is the last one from me and my sensory tray. Right now we're working on what questions every day with our students. We give this pointer and we ask the children, where is the rabbit? And we'll point. To work on higher levels, where is the blue egg? If we're working on colour recognition, we will mix in different colours of each of the objects. So we've got pink rabbits, we've got grey rabbits, just to mix it up for the children to make it a little bit harder for them.